What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Skyward Sword HD. Last time, we finally got the third and final Sacred Flame, which ultimately ended up creating the Master Sword, so we can now take that back to Farron, the Sealed Temple, and finally Skyward Strike that cube. We've almost got full hearts. That's almost enough to me, anyway. Yeah, it's about 3 a.m. right now. That must be lonely. No, Matchbox 20 aside, I just can't sleep. Been way too absorbed in daydreams. Again. So yeah. Just figured, might as well. I need something to distract my brain because I'm like going nuts, reliving, recreating these moments and acting out scenes. It's just crazy. It's invasive to like what I need to actually do. Well, there's all kinds of like mining tracks all over the place here. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay up, have another one of those stay up as late as possible to revert back to normal, and hopefully the brain will just shut off. Groose! Yo, Link, saw the rail track I put up outside, eh? What's it for? Oh, you'll see before long. Hey, lady. Ah, your sword. There could be no doubt the sacred flames have purified this blade. Well done, Link. That sword holds tremendous power. That power is a sacred force. It is a divine power left to us by the gods of old, the same power that is spoken of in the Ballad of the Goddess. To look upon you is to see that same great power now flowing through you and the sword you carry. Come, Link, you must now open the Gate of Time. Now that the sacred force dwells within your blade, strike the Gate of Time with a Skyward Strike and it will surely awaken. Climb upon the pedestal and show the gate your true power. Whoa! No, I fear the seal has given way once again. The terrible beast is awakening even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacted to the sacred power given off by your sword. I wish it had not happened, but there was no other way to open the gate. So it goes. Link, you must imprison the beast once again. Alright, bring it on! This is what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. Yeah, go get him, Groose. Don't bring me down. Let's do it. The ELO reference is just too hard to resist. Hey, Link. Duh, try not to drool on your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Groosinator. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? That's only natural. You wouldn't believe how much time I put into building this beauty. Here, check it out. First, I got all the fences cluttering the area out of the way, then I laid down rails for her to run on, all by myself, of course. I don't know what came over me. I had no clue I had the talent to make something like this, you know? Anyhow, you just tell me where you want me to place my shots and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are, you're bound to stumble for a few moments after taking one of my big bombs to the body. Hang on though, that monster showed up a smidge sooner than I was expecting. There are a few final adjustments I gotta make before she can move on the rails I've put down. I'll call out to you when she's ready for action. Till then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. You got it, Groose. Good to see you out of your funk. So it goes indeed. Hits you, stays, eventually fades. Remission. So round 2 of this chum. Recurring nightmares. Be it ghosts, tornadoes. This is why we avoid sleep. Because stuff like this. Link dreamed about it in the beginning of the game. Here we are. It's coming true. He's got arms now. But let us not forget. Where are they? Yeah! chubby feet. Look at that! Seems like our ugly friend grew itself a pair of hands. Great timing. I hope it knows how to catch because my machine has a mean right arm. When she's all loaded up, I'll let you know. Until then, you do what you need to do to stop it. Alright, toes. I'm coming for you. Moving a little bit faster this time. Only makes sense. Alright, I'll take the stomp. Nice mohawk, though, on this chubby thing. Hey, Link, the machine's all loaded and ready to smash. If that flabby sack of teeth tries to climb the wall, I can blast it off from here with a bomb. When you want some backup from me, just send a signal with X. Toe first. Okay. Alright, it's time for Groose to explode into action. Adjust the machine's position with L and aim at your target. Once you finish aiming, ZR to launch a bomb. Alright. Open up wide, cannon. Nah, it's far less. She packs a mean punch, doesn't she? I tell you, I was in love the first time I pulled this lever. I'll start loading her back up with another bomb, so keep beating on the big ugly till I give you the signal. Man, I like co-op in games, even when it's, like, just, what's the word I'm looking for? Suggested cooperation with a computer-controlled ally, like Star Fox. Yeah, I don't know how long he stays stunned for, that's the problem, because these arms get in the way now. Did you know the Star Fox pilots in Star Fox 64 are not as useless as they appear? Alright, he's ready to go. But, man, this guy's really hustling. I'm gonna save calling for Groose until he does the hand thing again, I would assume. But yeah, I think I even showed it in my Star Fox 64 Let's Play, one of the videos. In the Star Wolf fights, if you just fly around like a moron and do nothing, and you have the Star Wolf guys down low enough, your teammates will shoot them down and kill them, and they even have dialogue for such an occasion. Here we go, finally. It's like the grandpa hustle. The little barely shuffling that foot. Man, I'm gonna have to jump all the way down there just to get around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. The stamina potion's not sounding too bad of an idea. This would probably be a time to use one. But I'm willing to bet there's gonna be a better time. Alright, whale form, here we go. If that's the case, best strategy is probably the middle updraft. Yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna land on this side and wait for him. I don't know when he's gonna shimmy. Or how long he's gonna shimmy for, rather. Alright, here we go. Trying to land on his head. Just be done with it. I know you could do that in the first phase. I don't know about this one. Crap! I hear you, Groose, but he's not climbing yet. That's not good. I mean, I guess you could use Groose, but... Kind of feels like that scene of Return of the King when they're running through in Pelennor Fields, taking down the elephants. They ride their horses in between their legs. Kind of like, well, actually, I probably shouldn't spoil that, even though it is old now. Never mind. Not the Lord of the Rings thing, I was gonna say something else. There we go. Man, this guy really got far, didn't he? This is not good. Alright, I should have been using Groose way more. Another second playthrough thing. Getting mad, aren't we? Screaming at the screen. Screaming at myself. Alright, apparently that doesn't work. He's really close, too. Probably gonna have to jump all the way to the bottom just to get around to him again, too. What the heck? Oh, I guess his arm in the cutscene knocked me down. That actually worked out. Get the heck out of here, boy! Yeah, that was a little bit too close. So... 3 a.m., man. I hope I'm not being too loud for neighbors. It's actually a constant fear. And you never know what people hear and then just like never tell you that they overheard, you know? Speaking of losing sleep at night. Now, Link, do what you did before. Yeah. Imagine if you could hear what people think about you. And never say. Oh, that's cool. It's different. What? I don't know why that didn't register the first time, but that was cool. I like doing that. Nice work there, Link. Of course you couldn't have done it without me, but no need to thank Groose. I know I saved your tail. Now let's get to that gate of time thing up and running. I'll go on ahead. Adding words. Got a drawing on the wall? Man, what happened? I guess the central thing was the big updraft. We gotta go the long way here. Yeah, as of this very moment, I have 17 days until I'm taking those 2 months off. And And my recording pace has definitely slowed down. I had like a really good micro burst. Like the last 10 episodes, I just have been churning them out. But I'm hitting that wall again. Nothing really to talk about. And yeah. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Link. As do you, Groose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here. Oh, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put energy into doing what I could to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Link, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice to say it is the root of evil we face. When you pass through the Gate of Time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it, such as its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward strike. Come on already, charge that sword of yours with the sacred... Well, stop saying the same thing 500 times in a row. How about that? Indeed. Whoa, she just glitched out. Don't act like I didn't see it. The animation reset. Before we start doing that, since they said it a million times, I'm gonna make them suffer and sit down. Because I actually don't know whatever comes out of that gate. This is an interesting piece of something. Unlocking the Matrix. That's what it looks like. We're playing Tetris. That was a pretty sweet animation, and it also sounded like Girahim's laugh when it started ticking. Do not fear it, this is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place, might as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Nah, forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said, "What's up?" It's definitely a cool gate, man. When it opened up, it kind of almost sounded like the Skull Kid laughing. Temple of Hylia. Well, looky here. Hey! At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. That's in front of me, not behind me. Behind me is the entrance. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. Oh my god. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. What? The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he is more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather that I, created so long ago and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Fi and the Great Blade she is a part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power of the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. It's pretty awesome. I did not know that's what the Master Sword was. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in the world, in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield the supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger, without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Link. But you have to understand this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I'm Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm gonna ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? Man, what do you even say after that? I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. We did that in Wind Waker. Return to your time, there's work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, I guess. Probably. Alright, nothing's open here. It's like the biggest cutscene any Zelda game has had. But that's what I knew about this game, is like Twilight Princess was like the peak writing of Zelda, and then there was this game which I never got to experience, and well, that cutscene. So you've returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits suspended in a sleep without end, but do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link, find the Triforce. Whoa there, hold up! Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So, Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? That's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're gonna do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's got to watch that big, ugly monster, and someone's got to make sure Granny's doing all right. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny, know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess. But don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten this place up a little, too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So, yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Stritch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. Well, that's a clue for later, I would assume. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even... What are we, 11 years since the release of this game or something? A chance at birds. I've seen the ending. I don't remember it much. I've seen that cutscene before. Didn't remember it much. So yeah, it's definitely kind of cool to see the origin of it all. Like, I don't even have that book, you know? What is it that... I don't even remember. What is that crazy book that has, like, everything Zelda in it? The official encyclopedia thing. I guess we'll just fly to Skyloft since I'm still thinking about all this. Yeah, for some reason, all this time, despite all the times I've replayed Zelda games and stuff, I never realized that the power of the Triforce was within the Master Sword, and that's what makes it so special. I thought it was just the legendary blade that only the chosen hero every so often can wield. And I didn't know that all pieces of the Triforce formed in the original Link. Or like Hylia created the Triforce. But I didn't know that the first Link gathered it all. Because, like, how many Zelda games do you actually collect the Triforce? Let's, see what Fi has to say about it. Alright, well, somewhere here... I don't care about that stuff. So either Zelda's dad or the other study dude, maybe. But thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you some other time. Take care.